Welcome back everyone. In the previous video, I have discussed how to fetch the state data and how to paginate the state data. In this video, I will discuss how to create this UI. Let me move to state view. In the state view, here in the app bar, I have given the title as state, which you can see here. Now in body, first of all, I need to check whether the internet connection is available or not. So here I need to write controller, network controller, connection status value. If it is equals to 1, this means the internet connection is available. If the internet connection is not available, then here I will use single child scroll view, and in single child scroll view, as a child I will use the widget which I have created, that is empty failure no internet view. Here I need to pass these parameters. First of all, I will pass image. In image, I am passing app lottie dot no internet. Now what is this app lottie? Let me show you. In the utils, you can see I have created a file app lottie. Here I have created some variables like login, profile check, no internet. In the no internet, you can see I have passed lottie / no internet lottie JSON. Now here I have created a lottie folder where all these JSON files are present. So this no internet I am referring from this app lottie, correct? Now after that I will pass title. In the title I will pass app string network error because internet connection is not available, and I need to pass a description. In description I will pass app string connect with internet. Then is button visible? Yes, I want the button visible, that's why I have made it as true. If you want to hide the button, then you need to pass is button visible as false. And what will be the text of the button? The text of the button will be app string dot retry, correct? And in on pressed, here I need to pass, or I need to call controller get state. This function I need to call. Okay. There is a bracket issue. Okay, here I need to use colon, correct? Now if the internet connection is not available, then this portion will execute, but if the internet connection is available, then here I need to write the code. So here I am using controller obx. Now here I will use list view dot builder, and in list view builder, first of all I will use controller. In the controller I need to pass controller dot scroll controller, which I have created inside the state controller, correct? And here I need to use physics. In physics I will pass, let it be bouncing scroll physics. Now I need to use item builder. In item builder I will use context and index. Now here I will return a padding widget, and in padding widget, in the padding property I will give some padding, let it be const edge insets only. From left I will give a padding of 16, from right also I will give a padding of 16, from top let it be 4, and from bottom also let it be 4. Okay. Now as a child of this padding widget, here I need to use obx and here I will use list style, correct. Now in list style, first of all I will use on tap. Now in on tap, here I need to write the code. What will happen whenever I will click on the list style? As you can see, whenever I am clicking, that particular list item is highlighted, correct. So in on tab, here I will use controller dot selected index dot value equals to index, means the item on which we are clicking, the index position will be stored to the selected index variable which I have created inside the controller. And I will do one more thing, controller dot state model is state of index, means the item on which we are clicking, that particular state model will be stored to the state model which I have created inside the controller, correct. Now after this I will use the tile color. Now in tile color, here I will write controller dot selected index value if it is equals to index. Okay, if it is equals to index, then here first of all I will check if get dot is dark mode. If it is in the dark mode, then the color will be yellow color, but with some opacity, let it be 0.2. and if it is not in dark mode, then it will be app color dot deep purple accent color, but with some opacity, let it be 0.2. As you can see here, that whenever I am clicking an item, then it is highlighted with deep purple accent, and if it is in the dark mode, it will be highlighted with yellow color, but with some opacity. That code here I have written. But if it is not equals to index, then here I need to set the color as theme dot of context dot canvas color. Fine. Now after this, here I need to use leading. In the leading I will use circle avatar and I will give a radius of, let it be 20. And in background color, here again I will check this one. Let me copy this, let me paste it here. So if it is in the dark mode, then the color will be yellow, otherwise it will be a deep purple accent color. As you can see here, this circle avatar, okay, it is having the color as deep purple accent, and if it is in the dark mode, it will be yellow. So in the leading I have used this circle avatar. Now as a child of this circle avatar, I will use text, and in the text I need to write state of index. As you can see here in the output, that if the state name is West Bengal, then the first character is displayed as a text in this circle avatar. That portion I am going to do. So in the text I am writing state of index dot state name I need to use substring, and in the substring I will pass start as 0 and end as 1, correct. and here I need to pass a style also. Let me give the style as style theme dot of context dot text theme. I will use title large dot copy width, and here I will pass the font size as 16. I will give the font weight as font weight dot bold, and in color again I will check if it is dark mode, then the color will be black color, else the color will be white color. Okay. Now after this, for this list style, I will set the dense property as true, and for this list style I will set the title as state this dot state name. Correct. Now let me save this. Sorry, in the title I need to use the text widget. In the text I need to write state of index state name. Fine. Now here I need to pass the style as well. In the style I will use theme dot of context text theme. Here I will use title large dot copy width. Now here I will give the font size, let it be 14, and font weight, let it be font weight dot bold. Let me save this. Here I need to use this null check operator. Let me save this. Okay, fine. I need to specify the item count as well. That's why it is generating the error that I will specify. Now I need to specify item count for this item builder. Here I need to specify item count, and in the item count I will write state dot length. Correct. Let me save this. Okay, let me do a hot restart. Okay, so the state names are coming. Now for this list style I will use a trailing property as well. In the trailing property, here I will write state of index dot state ID. If it is equals to controller dot selected state ID, then I will use const of icons dot check circle, and in the color I will pass app color dot green color. Now why I am writing this? The reason is, whenever this particular screen will be launched, and if that particular state ID is already saved in get storage, then in the trailing we will be able to see this particular icon. This will indicate that this particular item is already selected by the user, correct? Now it is generating some error. Let me check. Okay, for this, and here I need to use this one also. If it is not true, then here I will pass null. This means if this condition is not true, then no icon will be displayed, correct? And here I will use the shape property as well. In the shape property, I will use rounded rectangle border, and in border radius I will give border radius dot circular. Let me give the radius as 10. Let me save this. Okay, it is working fine. Now this will work when the data has been loaded, but if the data is not loaded, then we need to display the loading screen as well. And to display the loading screen, here we need to use onLoading property. Now in the onLoading property, I will use a skeleton theme. Okay, now from where we are getting this skeleton theme, let me show you. To use the skeleton theme, in the pubspec.yaml file, I have taken a dependency that is skeletons. So I will use that here. When the data is loaded, when the data is being loaded, at that time I need to display this skeleton view. So here I will write skeleton theme, and here in the theme mode I will pass theme mode dot system. Okay, and here I will use shimmer gradient property. In shimmer gradient I will use linear gradient, and in linear gradient, in the colors I will use theme dot of context dot canvas color. Now I will use it 3 times, and here I will use stops. In stops I will give the value as 0.1, 0.5, and let it be 0.9. okay, and in child, now I need to give the child property as well. So in child I will pass skeleton list view, correct? Okay, now this will work when the data is being loaded, but suppose at the time when the data is loaded, at that time certain error occurs, then we need to use on error, correct? And in on error, what I will do is that I will simply copy this and I will paste it here. Okay, and now in the image, instead of no internet, here I need to pass app.applotty.failure. In the title I will give app string dot let it be error. In the description I need to pass something went wrong. In the is button visible will be true, button text is this, on pressed is this. Fine. Now it is giving some error. Let me solve. Okay, fine. Now this will work when there is an error while the data is being fetched. But suppose from the server we are not getting any data, the list is empty. At that time also we need to display something, and here we will use on empty, correct? Now in on empty again I will use, or I will copy this and I will paste it here, correct? And in the image now I need to pass this. In the title I will pass state. In the description I will pass state not found, and this time I will not make the button visible, so I will make it false. Okay. Now again there is a problem. Let me solve this. Okay, fine. Now up to this it's all right. Now I need to create a floating action button as well, and before that let me wrap this entire thing with OBX. So I will use OBX, and I need to close a bracket also. Okay. Now I will use a floating action button. So in the floating action button I need to write floating action button. In on pressed I will write some code. In the child I will use icon. In icon I will pass icons dot arrow, let it be forward. And in the color again I will check if it is in the dark mode, then the color will be black color, else the color will be white color. Okay. And whenever this floating action button will be clicked, at that time I will call controller dot, I have created a function save selected state. That function I need to call. Now it is generating some error. A button displayed above body in the bottom, typically for expected to find a comma. Okay, fine. Here I need to give a comma. Okay. Now let me save this. Now once I save this, then this is the output, correct? Now once I select an item, and after that if I click on this arrow button, that is on this floating action button, then the corresponding state ID which I have selected, that will be saved in the get storage, and I will move to the city view. Now how to implement that city view and area view, which will be similar to this state view, that I will implement in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you so much for watching.